Um, it's like I told our football team when we came in, keep your head up. I'm really, really proud of the way we played today. Um, I thought all three phases contributed. Thought we did some good things. Gave ourselves an opportunity there late. But I see us taking good positive steps right now. I mean, we went toe-to-toe with an exceptional type team that's explosive on both sides of the ball. We're beat up right now. We had a lot of young guys, especially in the second half, both sides of the football, offensively and defensively. I mean, at one point in the second half, we basically had, our second offensive line in because of this or that. So we had some young receivers step up and make some plays. A lot of guys that people don't really know about yet. But I was so proud of our effort. I think we're getting really close. Now we just got to get over the hump. And it's been a tough start here. But I'm encouraged in the way that we played today. I thought our guys played their tails off, played hard, and gave us a chance there late and just needed a break here or there. So that being said, there's going to be things on this tape that we got to get better on, that we still got to improve on. We're not there yet. But I think, without looking at the tape, I think we're going to find more good than we did bad. And now we got to clean up those little things, those details that matter all the way across the board, and give ourselves an opportunity to go get on the right track.
Question for Coach?
Sorry. You mentioned going, really all week about just giving yourselves a chance in this game, to do all of those things that you mentioned, to give yourselves a chance in the game. I mean, what was that like in the fourth quarter when, you guys are in the game and, you just need that one play to go your way?
Yeah, I mean, I told our players, let's don't be surprised about it, right? We talked about it, make it come reality, and I think they worked their tails off to make that happen. That being said, we're in those situations. You're taking chances. You have to in those situations. You got to be aggressive, especially when when you're on somebody else's home court, home field, home spot. So I thought our guys stayed aggressive offensively and defensively. And I was proud of the way our guys continued to respond, right? I thought our start was much better. Obviously, would have liked to have put that in with a touchdown instead of a field goal. But at that stage, it's about getting points on the board and trying to apply pressure to the other side. And, I thought our defense was playing really well. Those guys are big and they move people, and they had some run lanes in there. They keep you off balance a little bit with some stuff. But I thought overall, our defense.
Jim, I think Jim Fox, I think you're not muted.
Jim, can you mute?
Yeah. Thank you. Seem to struggle there. How much of what you saw from this game is factored into what you did?
I'm sorry, I don't know who actually asked that question. I have no idea what you just said. Maybe it's cleaned up now, and you can try again.
Hey, Jim, you're
I'm not sure. Am I being heard?
You're better now, Jim. Go ahead.
Never mind.
You're better now, Jim. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Sorry about that. Ohio State struggled in their first two games defensively. How much of what you saw in those games factored into what you did today and what you were trying to do today?
I think they did some things differently today from what we saw on tape. I thought they were much more aggressive. Now I'll have to go back and look at the tape, but just the feeling that I got on the field, a lot more line stunts, a lot more in with their linebackers and their safety. Box was really, really heavy. especially at times. And so not exactly what we saw on tape, but, obviously continue to try to make adjustments as we work our way through.
Excuse me, Coach. Excuse me, guys. Hey, after you ask a question, can you please mute? We're having some backlash. Can you mute after you ask a question? Thank you. Next question for Coach.
Phil, you talked about the offensive line having, multiple injuries throughout the game. How much of a factor was that, in the fourth quarter? You had guys who honestly, had probably never played or hadn't played much out there.
Yeah, had one that's never taken a snap. A couple of others that have had limited experience, right? I mean, two of those guys are redshirt freshmen. So, but I'm proud of what they did. I mean, they came in and battled. Now, did they had a couple of penalties here and there? Yeah, but, give them credit for battling. And, I'm proud of the way they came together, made some lanes in there for us to run the football there late at times and trying to give Davis a little bit of time for us to be continuing to, try to move that ball down the field. But I was proud of their effort and what they gave us.
What did you think of Davis's performance? Without seeing the tape, it just seems like he is growing every week.
Well, I think he is. And, I didn't realize it until I just saw this sheet. But, we threw it 54 times. And that dude, he stepped up and did a nice job. You look back over the history that I've been here, very, very few times have I thrown it 54 times in a game. I don't know how many total snaps we had, 82 it looks like, but that's quite a few. I was proud. I thought he was seeing the field really well. Thought we were doing a decent job of mixing things up from the standpoint of, shallows, working sideline to sideline, working crossing routes, pushing the ball down the field when we had opportunities. Thought our receivers did a nice job of trying to find separation and find holes to sit in and work. And our offensive line, again, giving him time. We were getting a ton of pressure. And I thought those guys did a nice job with everything that they were getting, especially some of the stuff that we hadn't really seen much of from them from a preparation standpoint. I thought, just the adjustments we were making and those guys going back on the field and being able to execute that.
Coach, you guys came so close to pulling off the upset here. When you look back and you look at a couple times in the red zone, settling for field goals, a couple penalties, maybe a drop pass here, do you just look back at those things and, man, if we could have just cleaned that up a little bit, we would have had this?
Yeah, some of those field goals, honestly, Nathan, those were really early in the game. With just – and it's a close ball game. Now, yeah, I could roll the dice and be a little bit more aggressive right there. And, I don't want to second-guess that part of it. Wanted to give our guys the opportunity to continue to keep having success. But anytime that you're in that flow of the game and you want your guys to feel that part of it, I thought we were pretty aggressive most of the day throughout the four quarters that we played as far as, just the way we approached the game and what our offensive and defensive schemes were. So, you can look back on it and kind of think, well, maybe I should have done this or that. I'm always going to do that every game, try to learn from it. But at that stage, at that moment, I think it was the right call.
There were so many big moments for your team in this game, but, Cannon's touchdown came at a really key time in the game. I guess all of the touchdowns were at key times, but, what happened on that play? And I know there was a moment between you and him on the sideline. What happened there?
It was a route combination that we'd kind of seen earlier in the game. We'd kind of run it, I think, the series before, and we saw the coverage that we liked, and it really opened up, and we got a little pressure and didn't get a chance to really take advantage of it. So we talked about it again on the sideline, kind of made sure we were all on the same page, and obviously came back to it. It is exactly what we talked about on the sideline, and Davis made a nice read. I think JJ did a really good job on that route because he got a little rub in there, and Cannon comes right off of that and gets right through the middle of the field as he's kind of crossing, and pressure was coming. O-line did a nice job there, and we were able to hit him, and good to see him finish the catch and have an opportunity to score at a big moment for us. Pretty special for our football team. But, if I can be selfish, pretty special for the two of us as well.
What did you say to him on the sideline when you gave him that hug?
That's just us. I'm good on that one.
But you mentioned a little bit there about how special it was, but seeing your son make his first touchdown there in the horseshoe against Ohio State on national TV, at a point, like you said, where it really mattered, how special is that?
Pretty special, really was. And then just to see everybody kind of enjoy that part of it too. I mean, Cannon works hard just like everybody else does. He takes some abuse because he's my son, but he's been strong through all of that, and it was good to see him have a little success and for that to happen.
Coach, third down offense today seemed like it was clicking, especially early on. 9 of 16 total on the day, get a touchdown off of it. Was there a different approach, or was there a special approach you guys had today on third down, and what do you attribute the success to?
No, I'm not saying. I mean, we've been working extremely hard on it, and I will say, I think our guys they're starting to get on the same page with some stuff, and there's some things when it comes to just live action, and playing in games, and I thought guys just did a tremendous job. I thought our offensive line gave us some opportunities to hold the ball a little bit longer, and our receivers, finding areas to sit in, finding places to work, and Davis having, I think he's growing from a confidence standpoint, and he's getting through progressions a little bit faster, and he's taking what they're giving him. I would have contributed to that probably more than anything else. But, again, we've been pushing and plugging and working, and I think those things helped and paid off obviously today, but a lot of it's just being in games again and working.
You guys seem to be improving every week as a team, coming from UC Davis to OSU, almost winning that game, almost winning against a top 10 team here. Even though the record's 0-3, that trajectory of improvement for your team, does that help keep the morale high and you guys knowing that there's a lot to accomplish this season?
Well, we know we still got a lot of football in front of us, and I still don't think we've reached our ceiling. I think we're taking some really good steps to try to get there. We got to stay tight together. We got to continue to keep working. That's what I talked to our guys about in the locker room afterwards. We've got a dang good football team. Now it's about getting over the hump and going and making it happen, and that starts next week. But it starts even earlier than that because we got corrections to make off this tape, and then we got to get back on the practice field, and we got to go back to work. On top of that, we got to find a way to get back healthy again, right? And I don't know what Arkansas State did today. I know last week they went 55-50 with Memphis, which was a barn burner. I haven't got a chance to look at them at all, but I know they're always a talented team. They're going to be well coached. So we've got to come out and really be clicking and making sure that we're prepared. Our guys are locked in and going and making things happen.
We talked all week, Coach, about the environment, how noisy it was going to be, how loud it was, whatever. But there were quite a few times there in the fourth quarter where it felt like there was nobody in the stadium, pretty silent. Do you guys relish in those moments where you're able to quiet a big crowd like that?
Absolutely. I never really thought the noise was an issue today, and I thought there were some times early in the game, definitely times late in the game that we kind of took the crowd out of it. That's one of the things that we talk about. And it's something that, yes, when you don't notice it as much on the sideline, and then all of a sudden you kind of look up and you're like, it's pretty quiet in here. There's a couple of times where, they got a little loud here or there, but I thought our guys handled that environment really well.
Any other questions for Coach Montgomery?
Yeah, I'll throw one more. Is there such thing as moral victories? There's a debate on social media, but do you guys take moral victories out of this?
You know, I've never approached that with our team that way. You know, we step on the field, we expect to win. Everything's going to happen. We get 60 minutes to play, and we're going to fight our tails off for every second of that. I'm proud of our guys. I want them to hold their heads up high. I thought we came in and battled our tails off today. But the moral victories of it, what I want to see our team continuing to do is take those positive steps forward and keep building and growing. I think we've done that over the last 3 weeks. I think we're a heck of a lot better team than we were week 1. But now we got to go, and we got to go finish out and close out a game and get back in the right column. So, again, that's where we're at. But I think our team's still growing and taking steps to be better.
Arkansas State lost 52-3. That's not a question. I was just telling you.
Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know.
No problem.
Anything else for Coach? Coach, thank you.
Hey, thank
Thanks,
you.
Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Have a good evening.